Good afternoon, beautiful souls. I hope you're well and keeping safe. So today it's been a while, but today I decided to share one of my poems with you. It's a new poem. It's called Hope's Daughter. As I previously said on my Facebook Live, which is no longer existent, but anyway, I've had enough of Facebook anyway. So my central theme on all my poems, I don't know, or perhaps those who have read my book and my writings, who follow my writings, will realize that my central theme in all my writings is hope. And I like to humanize hope. I like sometimes hope is a thing, sometimes she's an ethereal being. Sometimes, but I also like to give her the human form, because I like to play a bit with the duality in all of us. Anyway, so before I go on and on about myself, my writing. Anyway, this is a poem I wrote the summer ago. I've been writing ever since. I never stopped writing. It's my it's my escape. It's a wonderful escape, because you get to escape. If you have a wild imagination like mine, you get to escape in a magical word. Anyway. So, for those of you who read Confessions of a Burning Soul, it's a collection of poetry, my first collection of poetry. You probably are a bit familiar with my style of writing. But this, my second book, which is in production, it's probably going to come out early 2022. 21, sorry, 21. It's more, as we grow up, we get my writing. I learn from everywhere. My inspiration, I get it from everywhere, from people, from those who have touched my heart, my soul, friends, acquaintances, even. But sometimes, I'm sitting down, even in a restaurant, in nature, or even I'm meditating, and I just, something clicks, something touches me. And, I get inspired by, the simplest of things which, which passers by, usually maybe those who don't have the heart of a poet. I'm not saying that not everyone has his sensitive side, but, I like to think of myself that I see things in a way nobody else does, because in my head, I'm still 15, so no, really. But I like to equate myself to to Dora Spanlow, for those of you who love the classics. David Copperfield's first wife. She used to hop around with her dog. But no, she retained that beautiful... What I like about that character is that she had that beautiful childlike enthusiasm, which I believe, if we never lose that, we never get old. I know I'm talking old before the age of 40, but anyway, no, all the age is a state of mind. I'm not saying being childish or being naive, but to maintain that childlike innocence, that's beautiful, because it's so rare. It's so rare, because people, we have, in this society we live in, we've become so, we are afraid. We're afraid to show our emotions. So no, as to protect ourselves, we sometimes shield our emotions. We don't say what we mean. I know saying what we mean sometimes can get us in trouble, because you can't just go around telling people, look, I don't like this, I don't like that about you, or you cannot just go and confront people. And you have to, I believe a lot in tact, and not a lot of people are tactful, unfortunately, especially locally and on Facebook and on social media. That's not just plain Facebook. People, are so quick. They are so they find it so easy to just let their tongue go loose, and they abuse freedom of speech, because freedom of speech only goes so far. You have nobody has any right to hurt another person's feelings, or to disrespect his person. I believe I may not agree with you, but I would never. I believe that that people should never. Okay, you are allowed to have your opinion. You are allowed to have your beliefs. But even people fight a lot about everything, about politics, religion, because people see everything in shades of black and white. There are a lot of shades of gray and purple and violet and green and blue. But come on, seriously, respect. I believe a lot in mutual respect, tact. And, I'm a person. I may not agree with you, but I'm going to respect you as a person. And there are a lot, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who make prejudice their middle name. They just see the exterior. And, because a lot of people are superficial that way. So they label others according to what they see on the outside. And why do they do this? Because people, when we label things, it makes it easier for us to, we are afraid, including myself. I'm not pointing fingers. As the last thing I want. I would never be so I would never be so prepotent to judge another person, but we tend to fear the unknown. So for us, it's more comfortable. It's more in our comfort zone to label things, because that way it makes them understandable to us. And once we understand something, we cease to fear it. So that's why we need to label people. I hate labels, and I believe that people, if you don't get to know a person, if you don't walk a mile in someone's shoes, how can you say, oh, that person, she's that? I'm not going to use adjectives because I don't want to get into something that's completely out of subject, but I hate, one thing that I miss about Facebook is that I used to run a page called Stop Bullying Now, but which I later renamed Ripples of Hope, because I believe a lot in, not positivity like you see everything unrealistically, although I like to call myself feet on the ground, head in the clouds. You don't have to be, it's not good to be, it's not good to be positive but unrealistic. It's good to be positive but and proactive as well. So I renamed my page Ripples of Hope, which I'm thinking of starting on WordPress now, since I can't access Facebook anymore, because I think that whilst Stop Bullying Now was a very for me, I found it very rewarding, because the fact that you'll be there for people. A lot of people are passing through difficult times. Some people are lonely. Some people, they're feeling. It wasn't just about bullying. It was about being there, offering a comforting, helpful word for people who are suffering, and there are a lot of them out there. And people are so. We are so. I don't want to point fingers, so I'm going to use the word. I'm going to use we. Because I don't want to lecture anybody, far be it from me. I'm far from perfect. Anyway, but we are too wrapped up in our own things that we alienate the suffering of people. We alienate that people, that even the small things, saying good morning, have a nice day, I hope you are well. How are you? So even a simple smile, even at a stranger, it costs nothing, but it means the world to some people. So it was very rewarding offering I know I'm just one person, but hey, if we all do our part, then if we all do our part, then I'm not saying we can change the world, but we have to start somewhere. So anyway, back to hope. I like to use the name Hope in my characters, in my book, and in my poetry, in my writings, in my short stories, because my poems, my poems take the form of narrative. I like to call them narrative poems because they are. Some of them are stories, a lot of them, because I have a problem with length. I always, I used to give my teachers, my primary and secondary teachers, a headache. I remember very, I'm getting nostalgic now. Once I was in Form 1 and I had, I was very happy. That was one of the happiest years in my secondary school. And I remember I wanted to do my hair like my favorite teacher at that time. And anyway, English was always my favorite subject. Not just English, I'm fascinated with all the Romance languages, Spanish, Italian. Unfortunately, I cannot speak Spanish except the basic stuff, but Italian, yes, English and French, yes, not fluently, but English was always, close to my heart. I even think in English. Don't ask me why, but yes. Noħlom joqosni bil-Inglis. I love Maltese as well because, sometimes Maltese, iktar jagħmel ħoss. But, for me, it comes so naturally, so easy. It like flows through me, English. I feel more comfortable writing and conversing. Not necessarily, because I alternate between English and Maltese, as, most of the population does. Anyway, so back to Hope. So Hope was is a central character in my writings. Yes, I was going to say that I was going to recount this little thing about my Form 1 years. 11 years. I'm 33, going on 34 next month now. Oh, I still feel 15, so I'm turning 15. Anyway. And she told me, I've always had like I said, I always had a problem with length in my writing, and we had to do some essay, and I wrote 700 words, and she told me this is a book, not an essay. So I prefer to write freestyle and prefer to write narrative poems. In the form of a mini novella, I like to call them narrative poems, mini novella. So anyway, the title of this poem is called Hope's Daughter. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I didn't bore you with all my talk. But when I start talking, I never stop. I'm a woman. It's not my fault. I was born that way. Anyway, here goes. Hope's Daughter.